a giant purple monster roared above the city. At the far edge, buildings were reduced to rubble. People screamed and ran in all directions, completely terrified. In the middle of the chaos stood Yi Tian, frozen in place. His red eyes glowed faintly as he looked up at the monster in fear. Suddenly, yellow energy bubbles began to form around him. He felt a jolt of electricity on his face. Looking down at his arm, he saw electricity running through it, then spreading across his entire body. Pain hit him all at once. His face twisted, veins bulging as the pain became unbearable. His vision darkened as he felt himself falling into a deep, red abyss. His body floated, surrounded by violent lightning. He screamed in agony. Then, a ball of purple energy appeared and shot directly into his chest. Yi Tian woke up in bed, gasping for breath and drenched in sweat. He realized he had just gone through the awakening process. But the monster, the energy, the pain. Was it all just part of the awakening? Was it a hallucination? A voice echoed in the background like a distant memory. 100 years ago, spatial rifts opened above Earth. Dimensional beasts came through and attacked the planet, threatening human survival. But those same rifts brought a new kind of energy. A few humans awakened special talents. And so began the era of talents. A knock came from the door. It was Yi Tian's sister. "Brother, are you done with your awakening?" Yi Tian glanced at the awakening stone. Glowing on its surface were the words, "Low-tier talent." His heart sank. He sighed. "It's over. With this level of talent, I'll never become a martial warrior. And if I can't do that, I won't be able to protect my sister." The door opened and Yi Yu, his younger sister, rushed in with excitement. "How did it go?" she asked, smiling with hope. Yi Tian forced a smile and lied. "It went well. I awakened a great talent. I'll become a powerful martial warrior and protect you." Yi Yu jumped up happily. "That's awesome. Come on, let's eat dinner." As she walked out, something unexpected happened. A faint blue screen appeared in front of Yi Tian's eyes. Human, Yi Yu. Cultivation talent, low tier. Frost talent, low tier, unawakened. Yi Tian stared in shock. "I can see her status?" He quickly checked his own. Human, Yi Tian. Cultivation talent, low tier. It confirmed what he saw. But how was this happening? Just then, Yi Yu tugged on his hand. A soft purple glow appeared around Yi Tian's fingers, and another screen popped up. Human, Yi Yu. Cultivation talent, low tier, copyable. Frost talent, low tier, copyable. Would you like to copy her talent? Yes/no. Yi Tian stared at the screen, speechless. His mind was racing. Shock mixed with excitement. I can copy other people's talents. This changes everything. Yi Tian pondered quietly to himself. The ability to copy talents was nothing short of miraculous, but even with such power, he knew there was one person he would never use it on, his younger sister, Yi Yu. In his mind, he envisioned a future version of her, strong, graceful, and full of potential. Her innate frost talent, he believed, was far superior to his own. Rare and powerful, it had the potential to make her a dominant force once awakened. The scene shifted to a vibrant, bustling city. Cars honked and sped by, and people moved with purpose along the sidewalks. Amid the chaos, Yi Tian stood in the middle of the road, clad in a sleek black jacket. A determined look flashed across his face as he whispered to himself, "Let's test out this ability." With a subtle glow in his eyes, he released waves of faint purple energy, scanning the area around him. His brows furrowed. The scanning range is only 3 meters, that's quite limited, he thought. To make matters worse, everyone within that range seemed to possess only low-tier talents. I need to find someone with at least a mid-tier talent, he concluded. Pulling the hood of his jacket over his head, Yi Tian turned and began walking toward the direction of the local academies. Even though his own talent had just awakened and was considered low-tier, he knew this was only the beginning. As he strolled down the sidewalk, thoughts continued to race through his mind. If he could copy a mid-tier talent, it would elevate his own abilities significantly. But that meant he couldn't risk applying to any academy that required a formal talent evaluation, it would reveal too much. After some consideration, Yi Tian made up his mind, he would enroll in Linhai Base 5th Academy. The scene transitioned once again, this time to the grand entrance of the academy itself. Towering walls surrounded a fortress-like compound, and a massive iron gate adorned with a horse emblem loomed at the front. The grounds beyond buzzed with activity. Among the crowd stood impressive warriors, one tall and imposing, wielding a massive sword with confidence, another, a heavily armored tank-like figure, carried a golden shield that gleamed in the sunlight. And there, blending in with none of them, was Yi Tian, unassuming in his simple black hoodie. His eyes scanned the crowd, a faint smirk forming on his lips. There must be plenty of mid-tier talents here, he thought. With his unique ability to copy, he was certain, he would surpass them all. 10 days later, at Linhai Base's 5th Academy in Martial Stadium No. 3, a loud, commanding voice rang out. A young instructor stood before a group of students and declared, to become a martial warrior, you must first become a martial apprentice. And to become a martial apprentice, you must first learn the body training technique. Inside the sturdy, well-structured academy, the seating arena surrounded the students. The instructor continued, we will now begin learning the body training technique. Remember, you succeed only if you create an air vortex in front of your chest. Yi Tian, wearing a red academy jacket, was among the students. His face dripped with sweat as he struggled with the technique. Training was intense, one student even collapsed. Frustrated, Yi Tian thought to himself, my talent is so low-tier. I can't create anything. As other students began passing out from exhaustion, Yi Tian remained seated, barely able to move. The class was dismissed. The instructor looked down at the tired group with disappointment and called out, learn from Chendong. He's the kind of student you should aim to be. Later, near the academy's fountain pool, Yi Tian asked his friend, Zhang Bao, about Chendong. Zhang Bao's eyes lit up with admiration. That guy's not normal. It took him only half a month to become a martial apprentice. Yi Tian quietly responded, his talent must be very high. Zhang Bao held up a handkerchief proudly. It has Chendong's autograph. Once he's famous, I'll sell it for a good price. Yi Tian sighed at his friend's foolishness, shaking his head. A crowd had gathered near the fountain. People were lining up to get Chendong's autograph. Yi Tian noticed the attention he was receiving. Zhang Bao rushed ahead, excited for another autograph. Yi Tian's red eyes glowed slightly as he smirked. So, that's the famous Chendong. A glowing blue window appeared before Yi Tian's eyes. Human, Chendong. Cultivation talent. Mid-tier. His smirk widened. He made his way through the crowd with a plan in mind. When it was his turn to shake hands, he extended his arm with a calm smile. As their hands touched, a faint purple glow surrounded Yi Tian's hand. His grin turned wicked. I got it. Rain poured heavily outside as Yi Tian sat cross-legged in a dark cave, his clothes damp and his mind focused. A glowing window appeared before him. Mid-tier cultivation talent successfully copied. Fuse? Yes/no. He hesitated. His mind flashed back to his previous fusion, white lightning, overwhelming pain, his body suspended in a glowing abyss. But he clenched his fists. He would go through it again. He selected yes. Immediately, white and green energy bubbles surrounded him. The air grew dense. Veins bulged across his face and arms. He screamed in agony, clutching his chest. Why does it hurt this much? Fusing talent, it's unbearable. Lightning roared outside. His body shook violently, but he endured. When the pain faded, the window changed. Human, Yi Tian. Cultivation talent, mid-tier. Yi Tian panted heavily, eyes glowing fiercely. A devilish grin spread across his face. Changing my fate, being reborn, it's worth the pain. Another message appeared. Copy talent cooldown, 30 days. He sat back down, determined to try the technique again. As he focused, a glowing white air vortex formed in front of his chest. Wind whipped around him, his hair blowing wildly. The technique that had once been impossible now felt effortless. As he stepped out of the cave, lightning flashed in the sky. Rain poured down, surrounding him in a storm. His red eyes glowed. I'll become a great martial warrior. The storm raged on, as if announcing the arrival of a new prodigy. A month passed. The night was cloudy, with the moon shining faintly above. A shadow moved swiftly under the clouds, a massive wolf-like creature leapt through the dark. Its fur was gray, its teeth sharp, and horns curved from its skull. Yi Tian walked quietly along a street, holding a lantern. His thoughts wandered to his long journey ahead. Nearby, a father walked hand in hand with his daughter. In an instant, the monstrous wolf pounced. Blood splattered as it tore into the man's head. Yi Tian froze, his eyes wide with shock. Behind him, the wolf hissed, chewing through the remains. It was the first time Yi Tian had ever seen a monster. And it was terrifying.